Hello, today, I'll share a shocking sexual experience I personally experienced. Only 69 members can listen to the end. Before I begin, please subscribe and like. Thank you. My name is Kim Young-I. I'm 62 years old. It's been 3 years since I lost my husband. During that time, I thought my sexual desire had completely died. I was on my way to Mokpo to visit my 85-year-old mother-in-law. It was an 11:30 a.m. night bus from Daegu to Mokpo. It was late, so there weren't many passengers. I had a designated seat, number 15. By the window, I boarded the bus dragging my heavy suitcase. I tried to put it in the overhead bin, but it was heavier than I expected. Grumbled, I tried to lift it, but my arms were weak and I couldn't lift it. That's when I heard, "Can I help you?" A low, warm voice came from behind me, and I turned to see a tall man standing there. He looked to be in his mid-60s, well-built and well-built. "Oh, I'm sorry. It's too heavy." "It's okay." He naturally took my bag and easily put it in the overhead bin. "Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm fine. Are you having trouble traveling alone?" His thoughtful words warmed my heart. It was the kindness of a man I hadn't felt in a long time. I checked my seat number and sat down, and he sat right next to me. As the bus departed, a conversation began. "I guess you're going to Mokpo." "Yes, I'm going to cut my mother's belly." "What about you?" "I'm going to weed my hometown." It was a simple conversation, but strangely comfortable. Is it difficult to travel alone? It's okay. I'm used to it. I'm the same way. Traveling alone has become natural now. I felt a sense of connection with those words. "Oh, so you're alone too. Don't you have any family?" "I lost my wife 5 years ago. What about you?" "I lost my husband 3 years ago." For a moment, a strange sense of connection developed between us. It was the kind of atmosphere only shared by those who have experienced the same pain. About 30 minutes after the bus departed, the lights in the car went out. Most of the passengers had fallen asleep. "Please tell me the air conditioning is too strong." His considerate words warmed my heart even more. "It's okay. Thank you." His presence felt even warmer in the darkness. I, too, was tired, so I closed my eyes. I leaned my head against the pillow and tried to fall asleep. But then I sensed something strange. He seemed to lean slightly. At first, I thought he was just changing positions. But then I realized his hand was gently moving towards me. My heart started racing, but I kept my eyes closed. It felt strange. I felt a sense of both fear and anticipation. It was a feeling I'd completely forgotten for 3 years. That his fingertips brushed my knee. I couldn't believe it. So gently, so carefully, that I couldn't let anyone see me awake. I don't know why the thought occurred to me. I should have screamed or flung his hand away, but I couldn't. Instead, I continued to pretend to be asleep, even being careful about my breathing. It felt like a sense I'd forgotten for 3 years was awakening. Then, his low voice brushed past my ear. "Are you awake?" For a moment, my whole body froze. How did he know I was awake? But I still didn't answer. I didn't even open my eyes. "It's okay. No one will know." His fingers sank deeper into that already wet spot. "You've held it in for so long. Who knew your body could be so honest?" I bit my lip to suppress a moan, but my body surrendered completely to his touch. Guys, this was just the beginning. The truly shocking story of what this man did to me during the 5 hours to Mokpo is just beginning. When we arrived at the first rest stop, I ran to the bathroom as if I was running away. My face in the mirror was flushed red. I can't believe I'm making this face at the age of 62. I splashed cold water on my face and thought, I have to stop now. But on the other hand, a strange anticipation filled my heart. Emotions that had been dormant for 3 years were awakening. As I left the bathroom and looked around the store, he stood behind me. Would you like some coffee? His quiet voice startled me, and I turned around. Oh, yes, thank you. An awkward silence flowed. I felt like I needed to say something, but I didn't know what to say. He brought 2 cups of coffee and led me to a bench. Sitting next to each other made it even more awkward. I'm sorry, you must be so surprised, right? He spoke first. No, but I trailed off, not knowing how to respond. My name is Huang Chil-su. I'm 65 years old. I live alone in Gwangju. I was taken aback by the sudden self-introduction. My name is Kim Young from Daegu. Now that we know each other's names, I feel a little more comfortable. You must be very lonely living alone, right? Yes. It's been a really long time since I've sat and talked with someone like this. His eyes looked warm. That whole situation just now felt like a dream. Yeo and G-I. Did I trust you too much? His cautious voice made my face flush again. What should I say? You're so beautiful. I'm so sorry. But it felt strange. Reading the apology letter made me feel regretful. No, it's just that it's been so long. His expression brightened at my words. Let's go. I heard the bus driver's voice. We hurried to the bus. We sat down in the same seat again. But this time, it wasn't awkward at all. In fact, I felt anticipation. His touch, his whisper. The bus started again, and about 30 minutes later, the lights went out. This time, I was ready. I closed my eyes and waited for his touch. Young-ai, he called my name. It was a gentleman's voice, the kindest I'd heard in a long time. Yes, would you like that? He covered me with the blanket he'd prepared. Then, naturally, he reached inside. This time, he was even bolder, past my thighs, further up. It's been a long time. How could my body react like this? His whisper sent tremors through my body. Chil-su, I called his name for the first time. Yes, Young-ai, shouldn't this be wrong? Why not? We're already adults. Alone? He was right. What could possibly be wrong with us? But in a place like this, no one would know. And his touch deepened. Young-ai, you want that too, don't you? I couldn't deny it. I really wanted it. The next hour felt like a dream. It felt like the me I'd been wearing for 3 years was coming back to life. But as the next rest stop approached, reality washed over me. What would become of this man and me? At the second rest stop, we headed to the bathroom in silence. We each went to the bathroom and met at the vending machine. Are you thirsty? Chil-su bought me a drink. As we sat on the bench drinking, he cautiously said, Young-ai, if anything feels uncomfortable, please let me know. No, in fact, I'm actually quite happy about it. His eyes changed at my honest confession. It's been a long time since I felt like a woman. I confessed my feelings first. I feel the same way. Since my wife died, I've completely forgotten these feelings. It's not weird, is it? Why is it weird? We're adults, and we want each other. And then he wrapped his hand around mine. It was warm and reassuring. We have 3 hours left until Mukbo. Yesta, can we make things more comfortable? His suggestion made my heart pound. What should I do? Should we move to the back? It's darker and quieter there. I hesitated for a moment, but there was no reason to refuse. Should I? We returned to the bus and moved to the very back. All the other passengers were sitting in the front, and we were the only ones in the back. It's much more comfortable here. The air conditioning was so strong, it was cold. Chil-soo covered me with his blanket. You're covering me too, right? Could you give me that? Naturally, we ended up covering each other with one of our own. As the bus pulled away and the lights went out, his hand swept over me again. This time, I felt much freer. We were in the back, so no one was watching. Young-I, you're so beautiful. His voice sounded even sweeter in the darkness. At this age, what does age matter? This moment is what matters. He was right. This moment was the most precious. Our touches in the Damrio grew bolder and bolder. Chil-soo was so delicate. It seemed like he knew exactly what I wanted. You'd been holding it in for so long. His whispers sent shivers down my spine. I touched Chil-soo's dot. It was heavy and hard. Chil-soo, and I too. I don't know when I started trembling like this, but we were soothing each other's loneliness. Time flowed by in our own little world inside the Damrio. All the other passengers were asleep, and the bus driver was focused solely on driving. Young-I, yes. Will we still be able to see each other after this trip ends? The sudden question made my heart ache. Daegu and Gwangju, not far, but not close either, and starting a new relationship at this age. Well, was I too hasty in predicting what would happen? No, I've thought about it too, but realistically, it's not easy, is it? His touch paused for a moment. Of course, but there must be a way. Is there really? Isn't it worth at least trying? His words gave me hope. Yes, it's worth a try. I've met someone this exciting. Then let's exchange contact information. Of course, we exchanged phone numbers. From that moment on, a strange excitement grew between us. It wasn't just a simple meeting on the bus, but the anticipation of a relationship that could last. But Mukbo was getting closer and closer. Could these feelings of ours truly last in real life? In the silence, we began to have real conversations. What does Young-I do? After her husband passed away, she's been home alone. Sometimes she works part-time at the local supermarket. Must it be hard? I've gotten used to it. What about Chil-soo? She used to run a small factory, but it closed. Now she works as a deliveryman. Knowing each other's realities made us feel closer. The kids contact us often. Sometimes everyone's busy, right? What about Chil-soo? I'm the same way. We only contact each other during holidays. We lived with the same loneliness. We held hands the whole time the bus was speeding down the highway. Young-I's hands are so soft. How can you be serious at this age? They're pretty hands. My face flushed at the compliment I hadn't heard in a long time. His fingers slowly stroked the back of my hand. But who would have thought that simple touch could be so captivating? Mr. Chil-soo. Yes, we're really strange. Why to feel this way at this age? It's not strange. It's natural. His voice sounded closer. When did we end up sitting so close? In the darkness, he brought his face closer to mine. Young-I. Can I kiss you? My heart pounded at the sudden request. In the darkness of the back seat, in our own space, I quietly said, yes. His lips touched mine cautiously, a 62-year-old baptismal kiss. But it wasn't strange. We were both alone. So what could be the problem? It was a soft, warm kiss. It wasn't as passionate as when we were younger, but it was deeper and more serious. We lowered ourselves, grabbing each other's hips. Thank you, Young-I, for making this such a wonderful time. I'm grateful too. I feel like I've found myself again, the person I'd lost for 3 years. Young-I, let me be honest. After the kiss, he said seriously, yes, go ahead. I was attracted to you from the moment we first met on the bus. Really, yes. It was a comfortable, warm feeling. I felt the same way. Even though it was our first time seeing each other, we didn't feel unfamiliar. Me too. It felt strangely familiar. Is it fate? Well, if there is such a thing as fate. We looked at each other and smiled. Even in the darkness, I could see his smile. Young-I, when we arrive in Mokpo, do we really have to part ways? I felt the same way. I couldn't just let go of such a wonderful person. We'll keep in touch. So when can we meet again? Yes, I'll be returning to Daegu after seeing my mother in 3 days. Should I go to Mokpo to see you, really? Yes, waiting will be enough for 1 day. My heart suddenly started pounding. We'll meet again in 3 days. But my mother might be curious. So could you tell her we're friends? Yes, should I? For the first time, we had a concrete plan. But the Mokpo terminal was getting closer. The thought of this sweet time soon ending made me sad. Will this feeling last in real life? It was 30 minutes before we arrived in Mokpo. When the bus driver announced, my heart sank. Already such a wonderful time ending. Cheol-soo also had a sad expression on his face. Time really flew by. That's right. 5 hours felt like 5 minutes. We looked at each other and smiled bitterly. Young-ji, will you really keep in touch? Of course. I've met such a wonderful person, and we'll definitely meet in 3 days. Yes, I promise. But on the other hand, I felt uneasy. Will this feeling last when I return to reality? This special time on the bus will feel like a dream. You won't regret it, will you? Cheol-soo asked cautiously. Regret? Why? Because I wondered if I rushed tonight. I shook my head. Do you feel perverted or criminal? Not at all. Rather, I'm grateful. Thank you. I feel like I've found myself again after losing myself for 3 years. It really was. Meeting you tonight, Cheol-soo, made me feel like a woman again. I feel the same way. It's the first time I've felt this way since my wife died. We held each other's hands tightly. We're arriving at Mokpo Terminal. The arrival announcement finally came. Passengers started getting up, one by one, and starting to pack their bags. We had to make our seats too. Should I double-check my phone number? Cheol-soo took out his phone. We saved each other's numbers and even made a test call. It's saved successfully. I'll text you tomorrow. Okay? I'll wait. The bus came to a complete stop. People started lining up and getting off. It was time for us to get up too. Chilsu, thank you so much for me. It was a truly wonderful time. I packed my bags and got off the bus. We paused for a moment in the terminal lobby. Then, in 3 days. Yes, we'll definitely meet again. Take care, you too, Chilsu. We each started walking in different directions. After a few steps, I looked back. Chilsu was looking at me too. We waved goodbye on the taxi ride to my mother's house. I kept thinking of Chilsu. It was truly a dreamlike night. I never thought something like this would happen at the age of 62. When I arrived at my mother's house, I opened the door and saw her. Young-ai, why are you so late? The bus was a little late. You've had a hard time. Come in quickly and get some rest. My mother looked at my expression carefully and said, Young-ai, you look different today. Yes, what's wrong? You look bright. Did something good happen? I was momentarily taken aback. It's just that I feel like I haven't been on vacation in a while, I see. Yeah, I need to go out and change my mood sometimes. My mother didn't ask any more questions, but I knew something really good had happened, and something even better was waiting for me in 3 days. Would Chilsu come to Mokpo as promised? The next morning, as soon as I woke up, I checked my phone. There was a message. It was Chilsu. Did you get home safely? I'm getting ready to go weeding. Have a nice stay. My heart pounded. You really called. I replied right away. Yes, I arrived safely. Good job weeding. Have a nice stay today. I had breakfast with my mother and chatted. Young-ai, when are you going back to Daegu? I'm planning to go that evening. Yeah, stay a few more days and then go. It's frustrating being alone. It's okay, Mom. I've gotten used to being alone these days. It was a lie. Until yesterday, I was used to being alone. But today, I'm starting to miss someone. This afternoon, Chilsu called again. Can I go to Mokpo tomorrow? I want to see Young-ai, even if it's just for a little while. My heart pounded. You're really coming? Are you sure it's okay? Isn't it far? It only takes an hour from Gwangju to Mokpo. It's not far at all. Then, shall we meet tomorrow afternoon? Okay, what time would be good? Round 3 o'clock would be perfect. Shall we meet at Mokpo Terminal? Yes, okay. I was so excited all day after making the appointment. The thought of seeing Chilsu again tomorrow, I couldn't sleep that night. What should I wear? What should I talk about? Would that feeling on the bus carry over to real life? I was both worried and excited. The next morning, I told my mother, Mom, I'm going to meet a friend this afternoon. Did you have a friend in Mokpo? No, he's someone I knew in Daegu, and he happened to have some business in Mokpo. Okay, then meet him. It'll be nice to see you again after so long. My mother didn't ask any more questions. At 2:30, I headed to Mokpo Terminal. My heart kept pounding. Was he really coming? Had he changed his mind? At exactly 3 o'clock, as I waited in the terminal lobby, Mr. Young-ai, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. No, I just got here. It was wonderful to see you again. Last night on the bus felt like a dream, but seeing you again like this made it feel real. Should we go somewhere for coffee? Okay, we sat at a nearby cafe and chatted. I really didn't know you'd come. You promised, didn't you? I wanted to see you again. Young-ai, me too. I couldn't stop thinking about you. We looked at each other and smiled. Chil-soo looked even more handsome during the day. I thought he was a really nice guy. Young-ai, let me be honest. Yes, go ahead. I've been thinking about you ever since last night. Me too. I don't think this feeling is temporary. His serious expression made me feel serious. I feel the same way. I haven't felt this way in 3 years. So, can we keep meeting? Keep on meeting, yes, even regularly. Suddenly, real-life issues came to mind. The distance between Daegu and Gwangju, our ages, financial constraints. But it was too much of a waste to give up this wonderful person. Could we meet even once a month? Chil-soo cautiously suggested. Is that possible? I think we could meet somewhere in the middle, Jeonju or Gwangju. Having a concrete plan made it seem more realistic. Okay, shall we give it a try? After finishing my coffee, Chil-soo cautiously asked, Young-ai, if you have more time, yes, I'd like to talk more somewhere quiet. There were so many people here that my heart started racing. I thought I knew what he meant. Where? There is a quiet place nearby. If that's okay. I hesitated for a while, but I, too, wanted to spend more time with you. Yes, let's go. The place Chil-soo led me to was a small motel. The moment I opened the door and stepped inside, my heart felt like it was going to burst. Young-ai, don't get me wrong. I just wanted to talk quietly. I know. Actually, I felt the same way. I wanted to feel that feeling again. The room was dimly lit. The sunset streaming through the window bathed the room in warm light. Please sit down. I carefully sat down on the edge of the bed. I could feel my hands trembling. Chil-soo sat down next to me. I could feel his body heat right next to me. Yingi, yes. Last night was really nice. It's been a while since I've felt this way. His voice was trembling. I realized I wasn't the only one nervous. Me too. I kept thinking about it. I still feel the same. No, even stronger. He wrapped his hand around mine. It was warm and trembling. Chil-soo, me too. Really? Yes. I've been feeling this way since last night. At that moment, the air between us grew warm. Young-ai, if you don't mind, there was no need to say anything more. We both felt the same way. When he placed his hand on my face, it felt like electricity was running through my body. You're so beautiful. How can you be so serious at this age? You're the most beautiful right now. His eyes were so earnest. My heart felt the same, as if he were going to swallow me. I wanted to completely lose myself in this man. When our lips met, all the sensations from last night came flooding back. But this time, they were deeper and more desperate. Young-ai, his breath brushed against the back of my neck. My whole body trembled. Chil-soo, this is the first time I've felt this way. When I was in his arms, my heart, frozen for 3 years, completely melted. The warmth, the deep breathing, the rough touch, it all felt like a dream. Young-ai, are you okay? Yes, it feels really good. The trembling of being a woman, feeling my breath quicken, my heart race, my whole body heat up. I never thought I'd feel this again. I don't know how time passed. We spent a long time sharing each other's warmth, checking in with each other. It was a time of communication, not with words, but with our hearts and bodies. Long afterward, still in Chil-soo's arms, I said, it's really like a dream. Me too. I never thought this would happen to me. You don't regret it, do you? Not at all. Rather, I'm grateful, for allowing me to feel these feelings again, for making me feel alive. I feel the same way. I feel like I've changed since I met you, Chil-soo. His fingers stroked my hair. Young I, can we really keep meeting? Yes, we definitely will. At that moment, it felt like our relationship was truly beginning. The feelings that began on the bus last night had now become reality. 3 months had passed. Chil-soo and I met once a month as promised. Twice in Jeonju, once in Gwangju. We grew closer with each meeting, but the wall of reality was starting to creep in. Young I, you don't look well today. Our 4th meeting at a cafe in Jeonju Hanok Village. Chil-soo said, "Is that so?" "Yes, you seem to have some concerns." I hesitated for a moment before speaking. "Chil-soo, I'll be honest with you." "Yes, tell me. Is it right for us to keep meeting like this?" Chil-soo's expression hardened. "Why did you suddenly say something like, it costs 100,000 won just for transportation to meet up every time? That's a lot of money for me." That was a very honest conversation. We haven't been financially well off since my husband died. I hadn't thought about that. And I'm also concerned about the constant lying to my mother. What kind of lies? He said he was meeting a friend, but in fact, he trailed off. I don't know how to define it. A lover is not a friend of the same age. Young I is right. Chil-soo nodded. I was having similar concerns. Actually, working as a deliveryman is harder than I thought. It's because of my age. Chil-soo confessed his feelings, and my situation isn't so good. So the cost of meeting up every time is a burden. Being honest with each other actually made me feel better. So what should we do? Well, it's not easy. We were silent for a long time. Contrary to the excitement we felt at our first meeting, reality was harsh. Distance, financial difficulties, the burden of family. Chil-soo, perhaps, yes, this might sound strange, but aren't you thinking about living together? Chil-soo looked surprised at my sudden reaction. Let's live together. Yes, we're both single anyway, and it's better than seeing each other all the time. But that would require a marriage. The moment I said that, we both became quiet. Jian, 62 and 60-5. What would Yeonji's children say? Well, they might object. My children would too. The practical problems were piling up like a mountain. Yeonji, should we take our time and think about it? Chil-soo suggested cautiously. Yes. Should we? It's not a decision to be made hastily. That's right. But part of me felt a sense of regret. I met such a wonderful person, but I didn't know reality would be this complicated. So we'll leave for today. Yes. Take care on your way back. It was a more regretful parting than usual. As we parted ways on the bus, Chil-soo said his final words. Yeonji, you'll find a good solution. Should we? Yes, definitely. I kept thinking about it on the bus ride back to Daegu. Should I really think about Jaeon? Or should I just end this relationship here? Will I ever meet someone as good as Chil-soo again? My mind was in turmoil. It was the same when I got home, even while eating dinner alone and taking a shower. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Just then, a text message came on my phone. It was Chil-soo. Were you feeling overwhelmed by today's serious conversation? Me too. But I want to find a good solution with Young I. Take your time and think about it. The warm message put my mind at ease. Yes, it wasn't a decision to be made hastily, but one thing was certain. I couldn't imagine life without Chil-Soo anymore. Could we really make a wise choice? 6 more months passed. Chil-Soo and I ultimately made a practical choice. We didn't go to J1. Instead, we agreed to meet every 2 months. Today was our meeting day in Gwangju. I was waiting for Chil-Soo at a small restaurant in front of the bus. Young-ai, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Was his voice still welcoming? No, I just got here. We sat down to eat and caught up. How are you doing these days? So. The delivery work has slowed down a bit, but it's okay. How's Young-ai? I've been working more at the grocery store, so I've gotten a little busier. Our relationship hasn't been what it used to be. When we first met on the bus, that passionate feeling had faded, but a deep friendship had formed. Young-ai, don't you regret it? What? Not doing Jian? I thought about it for a moment. No, I think it was the right choice. I agree. Actually, I did regret it at first. Chil-Soo was honest with me. I wanted to live with Young-ai, me too. But now that I think about it, I think it's more comfortable now. It was right. This relationship of living separately in our own spaces and seeing each other occasionally was just right for us. It wasn't burdensome. There was a certain amount of longing. And most of all, I wasn't lonely. I sympathized with what Chil-Soo said. Just knowing that there was someone in this world waiting for me, I felt the same way. I didn't realize how comforting it was to have someone to meet. Even if only once every 2 months, we looked at each other and smiled. It was a mature relationship, different from the love of our youth. Young-ai, do you remember that night? What night was it? On that bus when we first met. How could I forget? Of course I do. It was the night that changed my life. Me too. If that night hadn't happened, we wouldn't be where we are today. Yeah. After dinner, we took a walk in a nearby park. Yo and G-I. When should we meet next time? 2 months from now, round the end of May. The weather should be really nice then. Where should we meet? How about Jeonju this time? I'd love to see the Hanok village. We promised to meet again next time. And then we said our goodbyes on the bus. Young-ai, today was good. Me too. See you next time. Yes. Stay healthy. Chil-Soo too. On the bus ride back to Daegu, I looked out the window and thought, this is what love is like when you're older. It's not as passionate as when you're younger. And it's not about meeting every day, just seeing each other occasionally, catching up, and spending warm moments. That alone is meaningful. When I got home, I texted Chil-Soo. It was nice meeting you today. Did you arrive safely? I got a reply right away. Yes, I arrived safely. Get some rest, Young-ai. I had a really good time today. I put my phone down and had a cup of tea. That night, lying in bed, I thought about it again. The lights flickering outside the dark window of that night bus from Daegu to Mokpo. The cautious touch of a stranger, all of it painted a new color into my life. At the age of 62, I learned love again and met my true companion. We're not together every day, but Chil-Soo is always in my heart. That alone makes each day less lonely. If you're in a similar situation, don't give up. Age is truly just a number. True relationships never have a set time. A chance encounter can bring new meaning to life. A small act of courage can make a big difference. I hope this story offers you even a little hope. Even in loneliness, new encounters are always waiting. Live with an open heart. Please share your heartwarming stories in the comments. Remember, everyone deserves love. To continue seeing profound stories at dusk, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and like and support me. Your clicks are a huge help in my video production. It was a late blooming wisdom that spoke of late love blooming again in the twilight of life, and of the loneliness and courage we all experience.